What's up, everybody? It's your boy Blade. So I had time to watch the Deadpool and Wolverine movie a couple of times, and I was trying to understand, why would Blade be in the void? We understood that Wolverine was the anchor being that caused everybody to, well, that timeline to die. But in certain clips, I understood that why would they send Blade specifically to the void, pop up, and they said they popped up at his door.
There was a knock at the door. TVA sent me here. TVA decided our universe was dying. And I never even got a chance to fight for it.
Now Blade explains that the TVA popped up at his doorstep. Basically, that means Paradox already had popped up at Blade's door and was trying to ask for help from him before Deadpool. So all these people who we seen, Gambit, Elektra, everybody who was in the void was asked by Paradox for their help. But when they didn't work out, Paradox sent them to the void. So let's explain how Blade came to be in the void and how it was Wolverine's fault, basically, from dying, but he couldn't avoid it. So let's see. So basically, follow me now. Make sure y'all stay to the end of the video and make sure you like, subscribe, and share. So Blade explained that the TVA showed up at his front door and he didn't have time because the iconic sword was not in the movie. The sword that he made and created to defeat all these. He basically had a suit on that was like, okay, this is totally different from the 90s version of Blade. So I didn't understand that. I was like, why is it that Blade looked totally different from the Blade? He's aged too. He aged differently. They aged differently, slower and everything like that. But I understand that. Okay, but he's immortal, just like a vampire. But they don't age like humans age. But they don't age out either. So I was looking at Blade. Blade is half human, half vampire. So he got best parts of the world. He can walk in the sunlight. He can live. You know, he basically the not undead. He's alive and everything like that. So what I was thinking about is like, how could Blade, if he didn't have a purpose, end up in the void? So I was thinking about Paradox explained that the void.
Talking. You're in the void. Think of it as purgatory. Reed called it a metaphysical junkyard, where anything useless goes before it gets annihilated forever. And where the TVA sends people that don't play nice with the rest of the multiverse.
Like you?
And you.
What does the annihilating?
Now, Johnny explained that the void is where they send people who don't play well. And guess what? Blade doesn't play well with others. He's not really a team player. So it would make sense that Paradox sent him to the void. But he didn't say that he met Paradox. He said the TVA just pruned him at the door and sent him straight to the void. It didn't make sense to me at first. Like, how can you prune him and send him straight to the void? Didn't even have a conversation with him, and you took him straight to the void. Come on now, guys. It's crazy how Blade ended up in the void, but then he couldn't be sent from, it's just like, why would you send your best player to the void? Why would you send Michael Jordan of the MCU or the Marvel Cinematic, the savior? He's better than freaking Deadpool. And I don't care, y'all can argue with me, I don't care what you say, but Blade is better than Deadpool and Wolverine combined when it comes to just tactics and just period, straight war. But when I look at it, Blade really didn't have the like he got overshadowed by all the rest of these other people like Iron Man, all this stuff. So they only had one blade there. There was no other blades. See what I'm saying? See, when they was in the void, there was only one version of each one of them. It was one version of Elektra, one version of Blade, one version of Gambit, and one version of Johnny Storm, but it was many versions of, you know what I'm saying? That's the only people we seen that was many versions of them. And then we seen one version of Sabretooth. Like, there are other people there, other versions of each other, but they all run in groups. And the only person we got to meet was Cassandra Nova, and Cassandra Nova explained how she loves the void. She loves being there to be able to do what she do. But understanding how did Blade end up at this point, and this is where it comes down to. Blade became part of the void because they knew firsthand that he was going to be the one that's going to be difficult. They didn't want him to just die off. But you sentenced him to, look, this is the crazy part. You sentenced him to death. Because if the timeline doesn't die and he dies, he's still going to die if he's in the void. See what I mean? So it just didn't make sense for them to send him there unless they had some type of objective for him to one day either be put back into the MCU because he's unique. He's the only one. That's why he said there's only going to be one blade. There's only one blade. Going to always only be one blade. So make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, and tell me y'all thoughts about how y'all felt about the movie and what y'all think about Blade being in the void and how it's going to usher him, that particular actor and that version of Blade, back into the MCU. And are y'all waiting on the movie? It's your boy Blade. I'm Blade. I'm out of here.